Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Now, you may notice I'm not wearing a watch today. That's because I'm doing a state of the collection, and they're all sitting in my box right here. I'm going to go through them one by one. The collection has changed quite a bit since last year and since the video before it, and I figure you guys would like to know what I'm wearing. Now, of course, before we get started, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. We just got in a 2020 Rolex Submariner Hulk, full box and papers. We got in two more completely unworn, new old stock Gevril Tribecas. They completely sold out last time. I know you guys love them. And a beautiful HMOSER Endeavor manual wind, the brand closest to my heart. So in a way, with the Hulk and the Moser, the watches we have in stock are very similar to my personal collection. Go check them out at delraywatch.com, link in the description below. Anyway guys, let's get right into it. Guys, I'm not going to do this in any particular order as the watches are pretty much all scrambled, but I'm going to show you what I have and tell you pretty much how I wear it. Now, the first one is my Hulk. I got this for my 30th birthday. I wear it quite a bit, even though the collection is quite large. It's one of my few bracelet watches. You know, it's the classic design of a Submariner, but I think the green gives it a twist. I don't like to wear what everybody else has. And there's no more common luxury watch than a Rolex Submariner, but I think the green really sets it off, and it doesn't hurt that it's shooting up in value as well, even though that it's really not the main point of my collection. Next is another one of my bracelet watches, and one of the most underrated watches of all time in my opinion. That is the Girard-Perregaux Laureato Evo 3, Power Reserve, Big Date, Moon Phase, in-house movement, Genta design. Actually, Genta did design the Laureato series. GP, very old brand. I think it's made extremely well. I bought this at like 2 a.m. while browsing a watch forum. It's quickly become one of my most worn watches in my entire collection. I absolutely love this GP. Now we get into my first true hot horology watch, and that is the HMOSER Endeavor with the 7-day Power Reserve. It is rose gold on a custom combat strap, and it has HMOSER's Big Date. This is my dress watch. I have another strap as well to make it dressier. Clean dial, you know, beautiful movement. This is a movement Moser no longer makes. Power Reserve on the back. And yeah, it's just a brand I connect with and I really, really love. A simpler version of a watch I'm going to show you in a second, but this HMOSER is, I don't know, it's an absolute beauty in my opinion. Next, we're going to go with the Grail watch, one of my all-time Grails I just bought a few days ago, and that is the HMOSER Endeavor Perpetual Moon with the Aventurine dial, limited edition of just 50 pieces. It's a different movement, but also Power Reserve on the back, 7 days, Perpetual Moon, which is accurate up to 1,000 years. This one is the stainless steel version. Even though the gold version pretty much costs almost exactly the same, I think steel is a better metal for watches. Just my opinion. Yes, gold is more luxurious, but I intend to wear this watch quite a bit. But the star of this is the Aventurine stone dial. A very thin layer of brittle Aventurine with that beautiful sparkle. My brother actually made fun of me the other day. He called it my stripper watch. I absolutely love this HMOSER. It's one of my grails. I can't take it off the wrist. I'm still smiling. Next is a watch my dad gave me. He never actually used it, I don't think. It's a copy of a Movado Hermeto with the brand Cross. It's a little travel clock, leather embossed, manual wind, gold plated, Cross made in Canada. Not too sure of its kind of relevance or any of its history, but I keep it in my watch box. My dad gave it to me, and I just think it's a cool little item to have. Now we have a watch I got a long time ago, don't really wear that much, but I just love the design. It is the Breitling Chronomat Evolution. Black dial, reverse panda, chronograph, Breitling, big, shiny, tough. What's there, to say? I kind of wear it maybe once every 2 or 3 months. Not really worth a whole lot to get rid of. I'd rather just keep it in my collection. Now we have a watch that my business partner, John P., gave me for our 3rd year in business. That is my Rolex Op39 rhodium dial, recently discontinued. I got him the grape version. I love this watch. I wear this when I want something a little bit under the radar, because even though it says Rolex, in Miami, this is not flashy. And also, a lot of people don't actually know that it's a Rolex. So I wear this a lot to travel. I wear this on the weekends, just to kind of hang out. The Hulk, unfortunately, is getting up there in price to where I don't always want to wear it and beat it up. I'm not going to call this watch a beater, but I'm comfortable wearing it in most occasions. Now a watch I've wanted for a very long time that I also got this year. Actually, this year I got 3 watches. It's a lot more than usual. That is my Brigade Marine, the last generation. I bought the last new one in stock in the United States, at least that I know of. The new one I find hideous. It's not very well received. This one is a classic. I love the rubber strap, the guilloche dial, beautiful movement, big date complication. Everybody loves this one. This one's no longer made, and I wanted to snap one up in pristine condition, new, before it was impossible to do so. I wear this on the weekends. Miami's the perfect city to dress up or dress down a dressy watch with a rubber strap, or have like a dressy sports watch, because it's so freaking hot. You don't always want to wear leather. It's an aquatic town. This Brigade Marine works just fine. Now is a watch, it's a little controversial. It just came out a few days ago, but I bought one because I found it interesting, and that is a Messina Lab Uniracer, created by William Messina, also one of the executive director, or used to be one of the executive directors of Time Zone, Patek Philippe forum moderator, and now he's just kind of like a little bit of a big shot in the watch world. He does a lot of consulting, curating, stuff like that, and this is essentially an homage copy of a very rare Universal Genève, but made modern with a Salida manual wind movement and the same design cues. I don't like vintage watches. I'm tough on my watches. I'm scared to wear them. Scared to get them wet. And this one was a limited edition. William came out. William's always been someone I kind of looked up to in the watch world. When I saw it, I figured it was the perfect time to get vintage styling, but with modern construction. And I genuinely quite like it. I think the strap is a great touch as well. Then next is a watch you guys know I love. It's my beater watch that I wear all the time, the Seiko SKX. Now discontinued. This watch is not accurate, does not have a great power reserve. Its service costs more than the watch is worth. But whenever I go to, travel, maybe third world countries or the beach, someplace where I'm going to scratch up my watch, or I don't want to bring an expensive watch, or if I'm going to do any kind of manual labor, I wear the Seiko SKX. I like it even more when it's beat up than when it's not. I made many videos about it. As I said, it's a shitty watch, but it's an amazing watch at the same time. Really like it. Even though I have much more expensive pieces, I wear this all the time. Now we have a watch I've only worn once this year, and that is a Swatch System 51, the green version. Yes, disposable watch, but I bought it because I thought it was cool looking. I love the history. The first watch built, Swiss watch built entirely by machine, even regulated by machine. It's just a fun little kind of knock-around watch. I used to wear it a lot more often. I think I'll start again. And now, last but not least, my first ever mechanical watch. We have this Rotary. I don't even have it on a strap anymore. I don't wear it. It looks very much like a Cartier. I think I bought it because, I bought it before I got my job at Cartier, and I love the brand. And this was the closest thing I could afford to an actual Cartier. ETA 2824, limited edition of 1,000 pieces, even though I doubt they sold the full 1,000. The caseback is crooked from the factory, may I add. Not a high-quality piece, but my first mechanical watch, and one that I'll never get rid of. I may never wear it, but I'll never get rid of it. As you guys can see, I added a bunch of new watches, got rid of some other watches, got rid of my Speedmaster, had a long run with it, just wasn't enjoying it too much. You know, Panerai, once again, grew out of it a little bit. Still love them, but grew out of it a little bit. An aluminum Submariner, same thing, grew out of it. Once again, watches are fantastic objects, but they're just objects. There's a few I'll never get rid of, like my dad's watch, my first mechanical watch. But, you know, I have so much money invested in this collection that I can't afford to never sell anything. So whenever I get tired of something, I will sell it and get something new. I have emotional attachments to my watches. I do find them to be very romantic things, but at the same time, I can't afford to hoard them. So gotta do what I gotta do. Anyway, guys, that is my watch collection for 2020. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. It really does help. And please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any content. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.